Hey everybody, this is Sue Craig, your Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Cleveland, Ohio, and today I have a fun card for you. Here's the card that we're going to be making. You're the sweetest. Let me show you what I used to make this card. We're going to be using the strawberries and dots. This is from the online exclusives, and I just love those little strawberries. These are foam, so they push down quite easily, so you're not going to have an issue with postage. We're going to use the Ladybug Picnic 3D embossing folder, and right now this is not in stock, so we have to wait to get more back in, and this is from the online exclusives. We're using the stamp and die set called Filled with Sweetness. Here are the dies. What I liked about this is not only do you have a card shape, the jar for your card, you also have different things to put your sentiments in. And I liked that idea. The paper that we're going to use today is called Homemade Sweetness. This is a 12 by 12 paper pack, and it's from the online exclusives. Let me show you a few of the pages from this. Isn't that pretty? I'm ready for summer when I see this one. How about this one? Does anybody remember making jam and jelly and giving it as gifts? Maybe I'm aging myself, but I remember doing that. I like this one with the little ones. One of my friends said she really liked this side because you could put your own recipe on it for whatever it is that you're giving to your friend. I thought that was a good idea. So let's get down to what we need to actually make our card. I just used white scraps for the strawberry and blueberry. And I have 2 strawberries and a set of blueberries. And you can do as many as you want. And I colored them ahead of time. You don't need to watch me color them. They're so small that there's really not a whole lot of shading you could do with them anyway. I used scraps for Crumb Cake. This is going to be the twine that goes on the jar right here and the bow. The label, you'll need a 1.5 by 2.5 piece of paper to cut that out. For the inside, I have a 3 by 3.5 inch piece of white. For the jar, I used a 4.5 by 7.5 inch piece of, I used Poppy Parade paper. You could use any one that you wanted. I just didn't want the dark red. For the jar lid, 1.5 by 4.5. The thing I really liked about this one is, I don't know if you can see it, but it's embossed. So it's hard to see, isn't it? There we go. You can see there's a line, so you can see where your twine is going to go across. That really adds a lot to it. And I'm using a piece to hold the jar, which is 4.25 by 5.5. And I've already embossed this with the Ladybug Picnic embossing folder. When I did classes this week, one of the people asked if she could round off the corners on this so it would have a nicer effect, like the jar is rounded. And I liked the way that looked, but today we're not going to do that. I'm just going to do a straight piece of paper. This is a quick and easy card once you get the things cut out. So when you cut this out, it's a straight piece. It will cut this out and it scores it in the middle. All right. So I just folded it and then stamped the jar on top. So now it's ready for us to add all of the pieces parts. So I want to take my adhesive and we'll get started. Because this piece here is thin and it's embossed, I did not want to put adhesive on this piece because it pushes on the embossing. So what I did was I put my adhesive on the jar itself. And when I do this kind of work, I like to pick up my objects, hold them like this, kind of get it lined up, and then push down. Makes it easier for me to judge where it is. I'm going to take the twine now, and I used my mat and some tweezers. You don't have to, but when I start to work with smaller and smaller pieces, I like to get as much glue on the pieces and as little glue on me as possible. So I just use this liquid glue. And again, you're just gonna put this on, and there is a line up there. You just follow the line. And you'll see with this, whoops, that it's better to work flat on the table. You'll see right here, there's not, the area is thicker, and that's where your bow is going to go. It was interesting the other night in a class I had, one of the ladies said she thought when she looked at the card that it looked like real twine. So I guess Stampin' Up! Did something really good by making it look very realistic. All right. Now, for our demonstration, the only stamping that you're going to see is the sentiment here. And I had people in class decide they wanted the sentiment on the inside. I also had somebody who stamped directly on the inside and left this for something else, like happy birthday, you're the sweetest. So maybe that's what I will do. Because this piece is not a square, before I stamp on it, I want to make sure that I have it going the correct way. All right, I don't want to stamp it so it goes sideways because it doesn't fit as well this way. I guess you could do it that way. It barely fits. But I'm going to do it this way so that I have a little bit more room when I'm writing. All right, so let's try this. I'm going to use Blueberry Bushel ink and the words "You are the sweetest." And I'm going to put that kind of in the middle here. There we go. And that's going to go in here. And then I'm going to save this for the front, and I'm going to write happy birthday or thinking of you, something like that. That's what makes it fun when you're working on cards like this. Sometimes an idea hits you when you're part of the way through making the card. So it makes it interesting because you may be working on something that's a little different than what you started with in your mind. So I'm going to just put this on here. And some people put the jar up higher so they could actually put a sentiment down here. I prefer to put it on the jar because right now, to me, it looks kind of empty. So I'm going to try to kind of center that. And oftentimes I'll turn cardstock over and rub on the whole thing to make sure I get it. And also, if I'm using glue, that it does not move. So let's put this piece in. I like to hold opposite ends, kind of hover over where it's going to go, get a good look at where it is, and then when it's where I want it, I'll just push down. Okay, now I want to put the strawberry on, and we found it was easier to put a little bit of adhesive on the corner here, and it was better to have this layered on top of this Misty Moonlight paper before you added this to make sure that the strawberry did not go past the bottom of the card. Didn't want an issue with it not fitting in the envelope. So then the other one, what I did was I just lined it up with the first one, like this, and then closed the card. So it laid right on top. You don't have to do that, but I thought it was kind of cute. And you can put the blueberries on, you can put them on top, you can put them underneath, whatever you want. And I liked having them kind of spill off of that. So there you have it, that's our card. That was a quick and easy card. Again, you can put this on the front with whatever your sentiment is. An idea I've also liked doing is to make some cards up like this ahead of time, and then when you have an occasion that you need a card, you can go through your cards and say, oh yeah, I think this one would look nice, and I want to put happy birthday or thinking of you on it. So here's the original card, so you get the idea of one way to do it, and here's the second way to do it. Well, I hope you liked the card. I hope you give it a try, and thanks for watching.